What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Warehouse Series. So today we're going to take time to recognize Discord member CoolWolf33, who I think you guys could all agree with me is one of our top builders over there that posts work over on Discord. And I thank you for that because it definitely helps other people out of the warehouse. I also want you, CoolWolf, to put in the comment section below what you average on these orders. If I had to guess, I'm going to say you average around a 105 to 110% because your pallets look a lot similar to mine. And guys, when I say we walk through the warehouse, it's at a higher speed, but we're not running. We're not, going real slow. We're just at a steady pace through the whole thing, not thinking about what we're doing because we have a system. All these pallets that we're going to look at, there is no doubt in my mind that they have a system. All right, guys, so before we get to that first picture, if you guys could, you want to donate to Venmo, I really appreciate it, guys. It's you helping out the channel because I don't make a lot of money on YouTube. So you guys helping me out is much appreciated. If you want to give me a thumbs up, and if you want to join Discord, that link is in the description below. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, I welcome you. And if you guys want to subscribe, I appreciate it. I do post 99% of my videos are warehouse videos. All right, guys, so let's take a look at CoolWolf's first picture. Now, there's a couple things I want to point out here, okay? So one is look how nice our base is. I tell you all the time, if you get a nice solid base from here up, does not matter that much. We got a little bit of column stacking going on, but we got ties in, okay? You can still go the same direction and tie in. So honestly, this whole pallet is pretty much tied in except for maybe over here, but this column does not matter because we got nice solid cases and we got a nice solid base. Guys, I want to take time to point out this pepper ring down here, okay? It's a taller pepper ring. Now, did CoolWolf take this and go from a high to a low? No, we made sure we stayed level. That is one of the biggest things, especially on your base. Now, when you get higher up the pallet, you could get away with stuff like that, go from a high from a low or high to a low. But when you're down low on this pallet, you do not want to tie in high to lows if you can possibly help it. So we centered this case and we made sure that our cases on top were leaning on this. Now this case here looks like it might be just a little off. I'm not sure if there's a slip sheet there or not, but although this may look sketchy down here, I like it because it is keeping us nice and sturdy, believe it or not. Big cases on the outside, smaller cases on the inside, keeping those cases pointing in towards the middle of the pallet. Guys, this pallet looks almost identical to what I would do, honestly. So let's get on to the next picture. All right, guys, second picture, we got, once again, I mean, look at this base from here down. Just a solid base, nice and tied in, bigger cases on the outside, tying things in when we can, cases facing inwards. We got two of something, we want to keep them together, face them back. Two of something, face them back. Two of something, face them back. Two of something, face them back. Is that not what I say on my videos? If you guys are watchers of this channel and you're religiously watching, you know what I say. If you have two of the same light cases, that is the opportunity to take them and face them back. Other than that, I am facing them towards the middle when I possibly can. Just a great look at this. Nice big boxes going in towards the middle of the pallet. It looks great. The only thing I probably would have done differently is these big boxes, I would have kept going in that same direction because we have a nice solid base. So there's no need to tie in right here, in my opinion. But I'm just saying this for newer selectors. If I have a nice solid base from here down, these boxes are just going to continue going like this. I'm just going to continue pointing them towards the middle, and we probably would have had this gap taken care of. Once again, it's not going to make a difference because we have a solid base, but that's what I would have done. All right, another pallet that honestly I would build the same way. Guys, when I get to these, I column stack these as well. Cases facing in, center column back. This is the epitome to my cross and T I talk about, keeping those columns in the middle. Two the same cases, what do we do? We face them back. Now, would I have done this? Maybe. I'm going to try to stick them inwards because I got two the same cases, but I got a high and a low, and I'm midway on the pallet. I probably would have put the applesauces or whatever these are, and I probably would have put them right on top of my juices facing inwards still. I probably would not have tied a high to a low that in the middle of the pallet. But guys, once again, that's why I like showing these pallets. Just because I do one thing does not mean it's the only way to do it, because this worked out perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with this pallet. I'm just telling you what I would do differently. Other than that, let's take a look at the side of this pallet because I want to show you something. All right, guys, so the side of this pallet, this is what I talk about. Everybody thinks that tying in is taking a case this way, and then I got to put my next case this way and go this way and go this way. No, look at this. This is exactly how I build these pallets. We have the same product, same everything. I keep cases facing towards the middle. Where everybody screws this part of the warehouse up is that they start tying cases in. They want to hurry up and take this case and face it this direction. Look at our apple juice or juicy juice. It's on this case of Arizona tea and it's on this case of the Palmer tea. Guys, that is tying in. And then we got this case. It's on this case and it's on this case. It's the same direction, it's just staggered. And that is a form of tying in. And that's here, up here. We're pointing cases towards the middle, but we're on the pasta here and we're on the pasta here. That's tying in, guys. And that's what I'm talking about. Keeping those cases facing towards the middle when possible. This is when possible, okay? We're keeping those cases nice and tied in. Just throwing all of our little cases in the middle of the pallet. Keeping our ramen noodles together. We're not spreading them all over the place because I don't like building on them, so I keep them together. When I get a lot of similar products, I try to keep them together in the corner of my pallet, just like this person did. A great looking pallet, exactly how I would do this. All right, guys, so once again, all right, not exactly the way I would do it, but pretty darn similar. I wouldn't do this with my charcoal, but I got no problem with that. I love the fresh step, the slippery cats. We put them inside here, the litter. Guys, I don't mind the tall box being there because what do I say? We want a high corner and a low inside. Well, if you want to get technical, this is a low corner and a high inside, but look how big our corner is. When we have a nice, big, flat surface, we can do this. All right. And honestly, it looks like he's trying to tie this in to that middle. So maybe we're going to get a case to go from here to here. All right. Very nice looking start of this pallet. Let's take a look at the next picture. All right. Once again, guys, what do we got? We got nice big cases. We threw a slip sheet down. I got no problem with that. Got nice big cases on the corner, making sure there's nice sturdy cases on the corner. Now, this is where I would have took the time to take my low corner and my high inside, and I would have swapped these cases around. It literally takes a half a second. Just swap them around. I would have definitely swapped these cases around because it's a low corner and it's a small corner. So finding a case, now we're gonna have to play catch up. So now we gotta find a high and a low, and we got our cardboard slip sheet in there, so that's gonna goof us up a little bit. This is why I don't like cardboard slip sheets, because this slip sheet's hanging out here. So whatever case that we put down on this, it's going to start leaning towards the outside. So I don't like the placement of the slip sheet because we have a low corner here and that's going to hurt us. This case here, cross and T, I would never put this case in that direction of the pallet. Once again, doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. I just would have faced it running on the middle part of the cross. But other than that, great looking base. We're starting off really well, and your end product proves that you can build. So for new selectors, I would have swapped these around. I would have faced this case the other direction. All right, guys, and this is why I say that I'm not going to sit there and nitpick with this person. They know how to build. I mean, this is just perfect. We got the slippery litters in the middle. We got light cases together. All right, guys, let's see how we keep this even with this. And I mean, it helps that a lot of the cases are the same size, but a lot of these cases are actually fractions off. So it's very important to keep those bigger cases on the outside. Like this here, this Downy is just a little higher than this Snuggle. If you swap this around, now we got that little bit of a lower corner. It is not going to work out like this. It's not going to work out very good. You put this on the corner, the slippery case on the corner, put this in the middle, we got that slightly low corner. Now we have a slightly low corner here, but we're higher up the pallet. If that was down lower and I had the Arm & Hammer in that, I possibly could have swapped them around. But once again, you could always correct yourself. So we got a lower Clorox with a higher Downy, and we corrected ourselves. And that's part of it, guys. So, I mean, you could do this, but as long as you correct yourself. So whenever CoolWolf put this Arm & Hammer down and put this down, probably thinking in their head, I need to swap these cases around. So if I get a high and a low, I'm going to swap them around and make this level again. And that's exactly what they did. All right, so we're going to take a look at CoolWolf's last pallet for today, a dog food pallet, and this is what I'm talking about. Guys, you should always be able to get level with dog food. Now, on Discord Friday, we were talking about somebody that uses a breaker pallet and the warehouse says they have to use a breaker. And I told you I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it at all. I say all the time, if you can build properly, you should always be level coming out of dog food. Guys, these bags, you could just switch those contents around. Even this slant is okay because we have dog food and we're going to get level again. It's very hard not to get level coming out of dog food bags. You know, all the fancy feast in the middle, we're keeping everything nice, once again, nice solid base, kept it the whole way up. And then we just started bringing cases in, tying it in with the bounty and the brawny and all that stuff up above. Just absolutely great looking pallet. All right, guys, so that's the last picture. Once again, keep posting your work. I really appreciate CoolWolf for taking the time out, you know, because it takes time out of your day. All right, you're taking all these pictures of your work and it's seconds, you know, and we need our time at the warehouse. So it's much appreciated that you take time out of your day to take pictures and show everybody else on Discord so we can go over your work and let people know different ways of building and not just mine. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.